Hi everybody, I'm Amanda. I'm with Happy Bake Day. We are filming another episode of The Main Dish. I am here with Chef Saji George from Mesa here in Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you so much for having us today.
Of course.
We have been big fans of yours since you've opened. We love to come with some friends. Your tasting menu is probably our absolute favorite because we love to try all of the little dishes, especially things that we might not have tried otherwise. So the flavor combinations are always great, and we feel that the food, especially with the tasting menu, kind of tells a story from the beginning to end, which is one of the reasons why we keep coming back, because we want to keep reading the book. Mm-hmm. So we're always happy to come and eat here, and so we're excited to be here talking to you today.
Well, thank you so much. This is an honor.
So I'm going to just dive right into my questions. How did you get Mesa started? What made you want to start a restaurant?
I always wanted to start a restaurant. It's been like a dream or a fantasy, and maybe kind of like a imagination thing, but always like wondered how people are doing it, the successful restaurants, and I wish I could do that, and just to have, I love cooking, and I love feeding people when they are happy, like when their stomach is happy and they're happy. It makes me so happy. So that's one of the main thing. I guess that's part of my personality, that I love to be hospitable and hospitality, I guess, and just take care of people all the time. And I think, you know how they say, like, to a man's stomach is to a heart is through his stomach, mm-hmm. kind of thing. I think that got registered in my head somewhere along the way. Maybe to everyone's heart is through the food, and food is I think it's a love language that people here share my look what I made for you, or something like that.
What or who inspired you to start baking and cooking?
I would say it started with the necessity. It's how they say necessity is the mother of all invention. Yeah. So as a child, my mom died when I was very little. So I was living with my grandmother, and just watching her, learning, assisting, that helped. But coming to America, my dad, usually men don't really cook in India. I mean, unless they're gone to like chef school or hospitality studies or whatever. But normally it's the women who cook, who takes care of the house and does all that thing. So I quickly I felt sorry for my dad that he lost his wife such a young age and everything. So I wanted to cook things. I wanted to make him happy, mm-hmm. So I just started cooking. Then actually my brother got married and my sister-in-law came, and she was doing a lot of traditional cooking too. So I learned a lot from her. Just making a meal, like having to make a meal, and being able to sit down together as a family. We always sat together as a family to eat. That started it, Then I got married with my husband, who's also a foodie. He loves food. So then that was another, I want to make him things that he likes, So he grew up in a different part of India, Calcutta. So his things that he liked, I've never ever tasted before. I've never had it, so I would research how do you make that, or his friends ask them, they invite us for dinner or something. How do you make that dish, so I can copy it and make it at home. So just curiosity, mm-hmm. I would say it started the cooking.
How did it feel to have your first seating, your first guest?
Just couldn't believe it, number one, because 99% of my friends, family, any acquaintance that knew that I wanted to start a restaurant would try to talk me out of it, including really? My husband, yes. Just because everyone says it's the most difficult thing to open a restaurant, and they don't usually succeed either. Now they say within 1 year, most restaurants fail. So all these statistics were against me. lack of experience, lack of knowledge in the industry, and the COVID with people working from home and not getting staff, you name it, all these challenges were there, but still, I don't know, it was just the right moment that, like, I think God showed me an opportunity, and I just said, it's better now than never, or better late than never. And whether I succeed or fail, at least I'll know I tried. So I just wanted to try it, and I love it.
No regrets. That way you can look back, and say, I did it. I got to do it. If it worked, amazing. If not, you don't have a regret. Like, you coulda, shoulda, woulda, tried.
Yeah.
I kind of think we answered this question already, but what are some of the lessons that you've learned in your cooking journey, not just with Mesa, but in general?
In general, I want to say, I think it's all about your mindset, because when I started it, I was all in, and my son was all in. My husband was all in. Everybody knew what we were getting into. And he always said, I have no doubt that you're going to be successful. He was just concerned about, like, my health and can I handle it, the challenges, because it is challenging, physically challenging. I wish I started it earlier, but at that time I couldn't. I prioritized other things in my life, raising my kids, managing my husband's practice, all that stuff. So at that time I couldn't do it. But the lesson I learned is every single day, when you get up in the morning, you're deciding, like, what do I have to do and how are you going to make it a great day? But main thing is, I would say, like, for anyone, is once you decide that you want to do something, you got to go all in, and you have to have that positive mindset. You decide you're gonna make this work, and that's very important. It won't be always a happy or a perfect ending, or like perfect solution to everything. There will be a lot of challenges where you don't have the answers to, but you ask for help, or you find help, or figure out a way to solve that problem. That's one thing I noticed, is I'm constantly solving problems with this. Different challenges come up all day long.
I think having that positive mindset is everything. It really sets the tone for your day. And so even if tomorrow is going to be a tough day, or maybe something broke and you've got to deal, you're gonna have to deal with it later. I think facing those challenges, but with that positive mind and positive attitude, aren't going to necessarily fix the problem, but it's going to make your experience getting through the problem a lot better. And then at the end of it, you might say, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. What is something about you that only a few people know?
I actually asked that to my husband today, and he said that. I'm like, what? I wonder what. And he said right away. He said, "You have a tough streak, so that people don't know. Like, on the outside, I'm very motherly, soft, and very empathetic and understanding and all that. But sometimes I do pull out my tough card. That's one thing you do need to have in your business. What's good for your business. Sometimes you have to make some hard decisions, which
unpopular decisions sometimes.
And but you're always looking out, like, even if you have friends and family and things, still to know business is business, and what is it that is something that's not working out. For example, firing an employee, it's a hard thing for me to do, but sometimes when you look at it in the long run, is this person adding value to your business or taking away the value? So sometimes you have to make those kind of decisions, and I do it.
Were you surprised to hear that that was a quality that you had that maybe you didn't know about? Or was it something you're like, I know I possess this, but...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have that. I think I was a very shy, timid kid as a teenager coming up. I think I developed it as I gotten older. I still remember my, you know how they say your mentor, your teachers, professors in college, and one of the big things in college is you have that mentor and support. So one of my preceptor actually sat me down during my evaluation and said, like, you're never going to succeed in life if you're this timid and shy. And so she said, if you want to get ahead in life, like, you have to be more assertive. Then like a light switch went off in my head, like, really, how do I do that? What do I have to do? First of all, you need to become more outspoken. You have to speak, open your mouth, you know, because before I was just too shy to even open my mouth. I mean, even I'm amazed, like, I can sit and have a interview and things like that.
I think that's a really good quality to have. And
I think it's just growing up, like having some tough childhood moments too.
Sure.
Helps you to become that tough love or that hard.
With what you know now and the things you've experienced up to this point in your life, what advice would you give to yourself when you were 15?
Number one is don't give up. Even if it takes you 50 years to achieve something, it will, if you really want it, you can make it happen. And don't give up on your dreams. So, and don't be afraid to, it takes work. It definitely takes work. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. So with hard work and positive attitude and everything, you can do it.
All right, so these questions are, I call them lightning round. I'm not going to ask them quickly, but they're more kind of short answer, fun questions. What is the weirdest thing in your refrigerator at home right now?
So I have saved a mango that came from South Florida. I've been meaning to get the seed out to plant it so that I can have it here, because it was the best mango ever that I've ever tasted. But the mango is pretty rotten right now, and I'm gonna need some gloves and to extract the seed. But I wasn't gonna throw that away till I can get that seed out, you know. Yeah.
When you're not working, what do you like to do to relax?
First of all, as soon as I do get away from work or whatever, I literally crash. Like, I need a nap. I barely can make it home. That's how tired I am. After that, I like to watch some shows with my husband, or we like to take walks together. We love to eat together, cook something or eat together. Oftentimes he makes a lot of the dinners now lately.
That's a nice switch of events.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite things that he makes for you?
To relax is when I get home, is I love to sit with him and eat together. So it could be anything. It could be as simple as rice and a goat curry or something he'll make. Or the other day he made like a goat biryani, which is like a rice and layered dish. It's all different. Sometimes it's something that he likes. But I also like. But that is my downtime, and that is when I finally can relax.
What is your favorite kitchen tool or appliance, and why?
I actually love to use a pressure cooker.
Okay.
Cooking the meats and stuff, it's very quick to me, instead of waiting around. More than sticking something in the oven and waiting like 2-3 hours. Pressure cooker can cook it in 15-20 minutes, So it was really funny when I had one of the dish, beef brisket, on the menu. One of the chef that was here was like, he worked at a barbecue place, and he was like, wow, I used to cook for like 5 hours and you get that done in 20 minutes. So the pressure cooker is the secret,
Secret tool. Our last question. if you had to describe your life right now as an amusement park ride, what ride are you on and why?
It was a roller coaster. But now I've gotten to probably a more calmer ride. I don't know what would be a more calmer ride.
Like one of those boat rides?
Yeah, something like that. Occasional, like Busch, what is that?
Busch Garden?
Theme park. Busch Garden has one boat ride that occasionally it splashes you with the water when you go hit it somewhere.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Otherwise, it's fine, and then you never know when you're gonna get
splashed. Yeah,
that kind of thing happens to me recently. But overall, my life's been up and down. Like there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs. But now I just feel like occasional
smoother sailing.
Smoother sailing with the splash here and there.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today. We always love coming, and I know we'll be back soon, probably without the baby next time. But yes, thank you so much for having us. We can't wait to see where the restaurant goes and how you guys continue to grow over the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. We look forward to joining your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity too. I appreciate you.